Good morning everyone, it's Marie here from Tikes Online, and guess what? I'm in a hallway full of doors, and this reminds me of what our series is about today. We are in our second episode of the series called Doors, and it's all about choices, and choices that you have to make, or choices you can make. You know, sometimes your parents say make the right choice or make a good choice. Well, we're going to learn about choices, and we're going to hear about a guy named Peter. Peter was a disciple, which means a follower of Jesus, and he was in a boat with other disciples, other followers of Jesus, and we're going to find out what choices maybe he had to make today. Listen up, we're getting into our session right now. Let's start our story today by opening door number 1. Well, this is Peter. Peter was one of Jesus' disciples, and Peter was good friends with Jesus and spent a lot of time with him. Now, one day, Jesus sent the disciples in a boat across a lake, and then Jesus himself went up the hills to pray by himself while the disciples were crossing the lake on the water. Let's see what happens to them on the lake by opening door number 2. Well, all of a sudden, a scary storm started. You know, thunder, lightning, waves. There were strong winds and heavy waves crashing into the boat. The disciples were so afraid, but then Jesus saw the disciples actually saw Jesus in the distance walking on the water. Jesus said, "Don't be afraid." Now repeat after me, everybody. Don't be afraid. Try that again. Don't be afraid. Great job. Jesus said, "Don't be afraid, take courage, I am here." Now let's see what the disciples do by opening door number 3. Well, Peter then said to Jesus, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you, walking on the water." Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter walked on the water towards Jesus. But when Peter saw the strong wind and waves, he all of a sudden got scared. Let's see what happens when we open up door number 4. Oh no, Peter started to sink. Peter said, "Save me, Lord." Peter wanted Jesus to save him. So let's see what Jesus does by opening door number 5. Well, Jesus then reached down, grabbed Peter, and Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why do you doubt me?" Let's see how our story ends by opening the last door. When they got back in the boat, the disciples worshipped Jesus and said, "You really are the Son of God." And that's the end of our story. The Bible tells us that we can have faith in Jesus too, just like Peter did, and that our faith can save us. We know that Jesus saved Peter because he loved Peter, and we know Jesus loves us, so he will help us when we're in times of trouble. Let's remind ourselves to be brave and to have faith in Jesus by singing our song. Now I want you all to stand up, come on, out of those seats, stand up and let's sing our song together to remind us how much Jesus loves us and how we can put our faith in him.
No, I won't be afraid. You are with me. You are right beside me every day. Even when it feels like everything's going wrong, I can look up to you, God, and find my strength. Your love is
Great job singing and dancing, everyone. Hey, I've got something to show you. This. We've spoken about this before. This is a special book. What is it? Yes, it's the Bible. And in this book are God's words to us. It's God's stories to us. And in this book is the story of Peter and how he walked on the water. And in the story, we hear about how Peter had to make a choice. He had to choose to have faith that God or Jesus would save him if he stepped out of the boat. Well, I think it's a really good idea for you to hear the story directly from the Bible. Let's hear about it more.
Stories of the Bible. Peter walks on water. This is Peter.
Hey-o! Whoop.
Peter was a fisherman who was called by Jesus.
Hey!
Peter saw the many miracles of Jesus,
Whoa!
and he heard all his teachings. Great crowds followed Jesus wherever he went. One day after Jesus had done a great miracle, he sent the disciples in a boat across the lake while he stayed and sent the people home.
See ya! Hey, Jesus!
After sending them home, Jesus went up into the hills by himself to pray. Meanwhile, the disciples were in trouble far away from land, for a strong wind had risen, and they were fighting heavy waves. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them, walking on water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear, they cried out, "It's a ghost!"
Hold on there.
But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage. I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." So Jesus said, "Yes, come." So Peter went over the side of the boat
Whoa! You're awesome!
and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves,
Whoa!
he was terrified and began to sink.
Jesus, help me!
"Save me, Lord!" he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. Jesus said, "You have so little faith. Why did you doubt me?" When they climbed back into the boat, the wind stopped. Then the disciples worshiped him and said, "You really are the Son of God."
Wow, Peter was able to walk on water. He was able to do what is normally impossible because he believed, he put his faith in Jesus and had faith that Jesus could help him in a time that something seemed like it could not be done. We have the same choices that we can make. We can choose to have faith in Jesus and choose to believe that he will help us when we're in times of trouble and we need to turn to him. So let's make it our goal to choose to ask Jesus to help us when we need help from him. We've got a Bible verse that will help us remember to choose to put our faith in Jesus. Here we go. I need you to get up, pop the bubbles so you can see the verse.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek his will in all you do. He will show you which path to take. Whoa. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6.
great job popping all the bubbles. We can see it clearly now. Let me read it. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do, and He will show you which path to take. So Proverbs 3, 5 and 6 is where the verse came from. And it's basically saying, trust God and He will show you the right way to God. So don't think that you can always work it out with your own mind. You have God to help you. So when you've got somebody to help you, why don't you trust them and give them faith and they will help you. Let's learn more about this verse by singing it. It will help us remember that very long verse. Let's get up and sing this song.
Let's sing Proverbs 3, 5 through 6 together. Here we go.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do. He will show you which path to take.
All right, you guys get ready to dance.
Whoa, oh, oh.
Let me hear those whoas.
Whoa, oh. Proverbs 3, 5 and 6.
Let's sing that again. Trust in the Lord.
Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. Seek His will in all you do. He will show you which path to take.
All right, let's dance.
Whoa, oh, oh.
Now sing out those whoas.
Whoa, oh, oh.
One more time, let me hear ya.
Whoa, oh, oh.
Sing out Proverbs.
Proverbs 3, 5 and 6.
All right, guys, let's dance.
Whoa, oh, oh.
And let me hear those whoas.
Whoa, oh, oh.
A little bit louder. Last time, sing out Proverbs.
Proverbs 3, 5 and 6.
Well, God helps us make the right choices. That's what our Bible verse is basically telling us. Now it's time for us to meet Pastor Steve and the Scuppets, and they're going to play a game that's called Knock Knock, where some choices have to be made. And if you make the right choice, then somebody's going to go home with an amazing prize. Now you've got a part to play in this too, so listen carefully as Pastor Steve and the Scuppets play this game of choice called Knock Knock.
Knock knock! Scuppeton's newest game show with your host, Pastor Steve!
Hi guys, welcome to Knock Knock. This is a game show that's all about choices. And today, we're gonna have two teams of Scuppets competing in games for the opportunity to move on to play Knock Knock, where they can go home with the grand prize. So, I have one question for you. Are you ready? Great, well let's play. First, let's meet our contestants, and over here for the purple team, we have the brothers Bestos and Han.
Hello, everybody! Hello!
Well, since you guys are brothers, you probably spend a lot of time together. So have you worked out how you're gonna work together as a team during this competition?
Well, we've been talking about it, and we decided that I will answer any questions, and Bestos will do any games.
Because I love the games!
Oh, I see. You're each going to do what you're best at.
Correct. That way, there is no guessing, and we will know exactly what will happen.
Well, we'll see if that works out for you and see if you're able to take home the grand prize. And speaking of that, announcer man, can you tell us the grand prize that our contestants are competing for today?
I sure can, Pastor Steve. Our contestants are competing for an out-of-this-world prize, a remote-control rocket ship.
Wow, that prize is truly out of this world. Okay then, let's go over here and meet the blue team. And on the blue team, we have Melly. Hi, Melly.
Hi, friends.
Well, Melly, do you and your teammate think you guys have what it takes to win the grand prize today?
Oh, yes, I do. Gus and I have been training. This is Gus, my teammate.
Hi.
Gus, how are you feeling today?
I'm a little scared, Pastor Steve.
A little scared? Well, why is that?
Because I have no idea what's going to happen.
Well, I can understand that, Gus, but you know, that's the fun of our show. You never really know what's going to happen. And speaking of that, it's time to play our game today called What's That?
Each contestant will be blindfolded and using only their hearing must correctly identify animals based only on the noise they make. First team to 3 animals moves on to Knock Knock.
All right, our teams have been blindfolded and they have to guess the name of the animal that is going to appear on that screen. But they can't see the animal, so they have to make their choice based on the noise that they hear. So they have to have faith that their ears are going to help them make the right choice.
Mr. Hostman, Pastor Steve?
Yes, Bestos?
You said we had to have faith in our ears? What is this word faith?
Well, faith is knowing and believing that something is real, even if we can't see it.
Oh, just like we're not going to see the animal because we have these blindfolds on, but we know it's real?
That's exactly right. So, are you guys ready to play?
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, here is the first animal. Purple team.
Chicken.
You're right, it's a chicken. Great job, Han. That's 1 point for the purple team.
I thought that was a donkey.
All right, now let's see our next animal.
A lion! Where is
Gus, you're right, it's a lion. Good job. And Gus, it's okay, you're perfectly safe. All right, now let's see our next animal. Purple team.
That is definitely a pizza.
Oh, Bestos, I'm so sorry, but that's incorrect. Blue team, would you like to answer?
Yeah, that's a duck.
You're right, it is a duck. All right, now the score is 2 points for the blue team and 1 point for the purple team.
Brother, remember, let me answer.
Okay. I wanted to press the button. I like buttons.
I know.
All right, now let's see our next animal. Purple team.
Bottlenose dolphin.
You're right, it's a bottlenose dolphin.
Yes.
Good job. Now the score is 2 points for the purple team, 2 points for the blue team, and it's anyone's game. Here is the final animal.
Remember, brother, let me answer.
Purple team.
Elephant.
You're right, it's an elephant. The purple team wins. Congratulations, guys, and now you get to move on to the Knock Knock round. And this time, one of you will be blindfolded and the other one will give the clues.
Brother, I would like to try to give the clues.
I don't think that's the best idea.
But I can do it. Just have faith in me.
Okay, Bestos, you can do it.
Well then, it's time to play Knock Knock.
In Knock Knock, one scuppet will have the chance to make the ultimate choice. Behind one door, the grand prize. Behind the other, a pile of dirty socks from Bestos' laundry. Which will they choose?
Today, Knock Knock is all about faith. Now, Han's not going to be able to see, so he has to have faith that Bestos is going to pick the right door for him.
This is going to be difficult.
Oh, I know. You know, it's hard to have faith in something that we can't see, but we learned about faith today from someone in our Bible story.
Who?
We learned it from Peter. Remember, Peter had to have faith in Jesus just to get out of the boat and walk on the water towards Jesus.
It is impossible to walk on water.
Oh, I know it is, and that's exactly why Peter had to have faith that Jesus could do something that was impossible.
And did Peter have faith?
He did have faith at first, but then when he saw the storm around him, he became so scared that he started to sink. And today, you're going to have a choice that's a lot like Peter's choice.
What is my choice?
Well, Bestos is going to look behind each door, and then he's going to tell you which door you should pick. Now, Han, if you're ready, I'll put the blindfold on, and we'll play the game.
Okay.
All right. There we go. Bestos, are you ready?
I'm ready!
Now, Bestos, which door do you want to choose? Do you want to choose door number 1? That's door number 1. Now, Bestos, this is door number 2. Okay. Bestos, are you ready to tell Han which door he should choose?
Oh, yes, I am.
Okay, go ahead.
Door number 2!
Are you sure, brother? Remember, we want the rocket, not the socks.
That's right. Yes, I am sure. Door number 2's.
Okay, well then, door number 2.
Okay, Han, is that your final answer?
Yes, I am going to choose to have faith in my brother. Door 2, knock knock.
Let's see what's behind door 2. Yes! You did it! You made the right choice! Congratulations, guys! You won the spaceship! Look at that!
Thank you, brother.
You guys were great. Congratulations. Now, guys, remember that we should always put our trust in Jesus because other people may let us down, but Jesus never will. And even though we can't see him and we can't touch him, we can know that he's real and we know that his word is true. So this week, I want you to have faith in Jesus. Well, that's all the time we have for now. And I hope that you will join us here next week for Knock Knock.
Who's there?
The greatest game show in Scuffington! Yeah!
Wow, Han had faith in Bestos. Even though he couldn't see the door, he had to have faith that Bestos would make the right choice, and he found the rocket ship. So that's fantastic. Now, Pastor Steve told us about how we can make the choice to trust in God. Even though we can't see him, we believe that he will help us, and we have to trust and have faith that he loves us so much that he will help us make the right choices when we need to. Now, I promised you that you are going to play a game. So Bestos has some questions for you too. You need to get up and you need to play the game. So listen and play. Let's have some fun making some choices.
This is Knock Knock with Bestos.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bestos's, that's me, version of Knock Knock. First question is a practice question. What is my favorite food? I'll give you a hint. It's jelly beans. Choose door number 1 if you think it is socks. Choose door number 2 if you think it's jelly beans. Are you sure it's door 2? Socks are good too, but not my favorite. Okay, well then on 3, everyone say door 2, knock knock. And then you have to knock. You got this? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Door 2, knock knock. Yeah, you were right. Congratulations. Now, let's try some about the things we learned today. Here we go! Question number mango. What is faith? Choose door number 1 if you think that faith is a kind of juice. Choose door number 2 if you think faith is believing in Jesus, even when we cannot see him. You think it's door 2? Okay then, on 3, everyone say door 2, knock knock. 1, 2, 3. Door 2, knock knock! Yay! You are right. Faith is believing in Jesus, even when we cannot see him. Okay, now for the next ones. This one is about the story from the Bible. What did Peter say when he started to sink? Choose door 1 if you think Peter said, "Hello, fishies!" Choose door 2 if you think Peter said, "Save me, Lord!" What? You all think it's door 2? Well, if you're sure, then on 3, say door 2, knock knock. 1, chimichanga. 3, door 2, knock knock. Oh, you are so right! Peter said, "Save me, Lord!" And then Jesus helped him up. All right, kitties. Now I hope you join me next time for Knock Knock, Who's There? The funnest game show in Scupperton! Bye-bye, pepperonis!
So I hope you had fun playing the game. I hope you made the right choices. You know, in life, we have to make choices all the time, and we choose to believe God. We choose to put our faith in Him, because even though we can't see Him, we choose to believe that He's there and He will take care of us. So I want to pray for you and pray that you put your faith in Jesus and you make the right choice to do this every day of your life. Let's close our eyes and pray. Dear Jesus, we thank you that you are there. We thank you that you love us. And I pray for every child out there that they will learn to trust you and put their faith in you so that they can make choices for everyday life and trust that you'll care for them when they have problems. We thank you for your love, Jesus. And everybody said, Amen. It was great hearing about how Peter chose to put his faith in Jesus, and because he chose to put his faith in Jesus, Jesus helped him do the most unimaginable, impossible thing ever. Well, it's great to know that we can put our faith in Jesus too, and when we do, when we choose to do that, that we have somebody that can help us when we need him. Now, we're going to make a craft to remind us about how Peter put his faith in Jesus. Now you can do this many different ways. It doesn't have to be done the way that I'm doing it. But what we want to do is create an effect where it looks like Peter is walking on the water. I've chosen a blue piece of paper. You could paint a white piece of paper. You could colour in a white piece of paper. You can choose to do it however you like. This is just faster for me. I'm going to use a piece of cellophane. Cellophane is see-through paper, and I'm going to use that to create like the waves on the water. You'll need 2 icy pole sticks, one for Peter and one for Jesus. And you might like some coloured paper where you can cut out the shape of a person to create Peter and to create Jesus. So you might need some crayons or markers. You'll need scissors and glue. All right, here we go. The first part that I'm going to do is I'm going to create my wave. So I'm going to cut a wavy motion into my water. Just stick the ends. So if you have a look here on my piece of paper, I only do the end, and my glue is running out, and on the end here. Okay, so I'm going to stick my cellophane just down on the ends of it. And if I want it a bit darker, if I'm using cellophane, I can stick on top of that as well. And I've got layers and layers. Can you see that? Layers and layers and layers of water. Now the idea of that not sticking down the bottom here and only sticking the sides was so that I can stick my icy pole stick up there, and that will have the people on it. Now to draw your people, what you can do is get whatever you like. I'm just going to get a yellow piece of paper and do it very quickly, and I'm going to draw a person. This is going to be Peter. I'm making him a bit like a gingerbread man and cut him out. So here we go. What I do is I stick him onto the icy pole stick. I'll just pull that out. Once I'm happy with my Peter and I've done everything, I stick him on there, and then I stick him in there, and I can show you Peter was walking on the water when he put his faith in Jesus, and then he took his eyes off Jesus and oh dear, he sunk. You can create a boat and everything else. I'm going to go on creating it and we can come back later and see my finished results. Now you can make it and you can make your Jesus as well to go in there, and you can make a boat, and whatever you create, take a picture of it and send your pictures to chrisd@unihillchurch.com.au. We love to see your pictures, so we're looking forward to see how you create it. I'm going to put a few pictures up of what I end up creating. Have fun creating, everybody. Have a great week. Make a right choice and put your faith in Jesus. Catch you next week. Bye.